You Talk family, what go on, what go on? This your boy D with another live show of You Talk. And y'all know how we start off every show. It ain't no me. Without you, baby. You Talk family. What it do, what it do? Happy Friday to everybody. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? I hope your week went well. Hope your week went good. It's a little chilly in Atlanta, Georgia tonight, man. Super chilly. Staying in the aisle, watching me a little bit of preseason NBA basketball, getting tuned up for these Lakers, man. My Oakland Raiders didn't do so good last night, but I'm sure Cuban Kane ain't gonna let me forget that, man. So what's going on? Y'all know who get the first shout out of the night, man. Let me shout out my boy, man, my super producer. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. King Judge, a.k.a. Mr. Mark Keith. What's going on, King Judge of KJ Production in the building.
KJ Production in the building.
Hey, King Judge, what it do, man? And shout out to my homeboy, man. Shout out to E. Gray, man. My homeboy E. Gray, man. He's not going to be able to join us tonight, man. My homeboy got some stuff going on and he taking care of some business, man. Shout out to my boy E. Gray, man. What it do, E. Gray? What's going on, big dog? Let's get into the businesses, man. Let's shout out the businesses, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. It's Friday night, man, so we always shout out the You Talk family and the businesses. Shout out to Tanya and Teddy Chisholm over at Catan's Fashion. What's going on? Shout out to Matt Hollow over at Plum Life. Shout out to my boy Chris Flanagan over at Avalon. Shanika Pendergrass over at Herb Velocity. Joe Neville, Terry, and Hollis Watts over at Rushbox. What's going on, guys? Shout out to Jacinta Kirkland over at Sugar Coated Cupcakes and Sweets LLC. And shout out to my boy Bobby Sarah down there at Mentor Me in Miami, Florida, man. That's my guy, Bobby Sarah. What's going on, big dog? I enjoy all of your seminars, man. I enjoy watching them, man. Good job, man. Shout out to Jesse Lambert down at Naturally Balm in Orlando, Florida. And shout out to the lovely ladies over at PNC Bank, Miss Crystal Barcliff and Katie Levant Gardner. What's going on, ladies? Shout out to my homeboy, Leroy Vien over at Smile Studio Orthodontics. Leroy Vien, what it do, big dog? What's good? And shout out to my boy Wiley over at Unique Stitches LLC that be bringing you all of the You Talk merchandise, man. Shout out to Wiley, man. What's going on, big dog? And shout out to our very own, man, Marquez Williams over at PopSocks.com, man. Check out Marquez Williams with the cool and crazy, wacky, off-the-wall socks, man, over at PopSocks.com. Shout out to Marquez Williams. The music you're going to be hearing tonight is by no other than Young and the Boy, Coach Star, and TP the Prophet. What's going on? Shout out to my boy Adrian Braswell for the artwork. And again, shout out to my boy E. Gray, who can't be joining us tonight, man. That's my dog. Shout out to E. Gray. What's going on over at Just Saying Sports, man? That's my guy. E. Gray, what it do? Shout out to Aaron Usher, Michael Dorr, Jeremy Wood, Adrian Riley, man. Shout out to all of you guys. Bodine Francis, man. Davis Lowe, what's going on? Let's get to the You Talk family. Derek McCullough, what it do? Cheetah, Benny Barrett, I see you, boy. What's going on? Let's go. Jamal Davis, Benny and Kimbo Lee Barrett, Cyrus Sumter, Tremaine Daniels, Finney Sauter. Shout out to Chad Lewis, Hiram Williams, LaTroy Hillary, Jimmy Brown, Steve Watson. What up, Steamboat? Shout out to Brittany and Kevin out there in Colorado Springs. Eric Brown down there in Miami, Florida, man. That's the U, man. Shout out to Eric Brown. Kenny Kelly, that's the U. Tamika and LeVar Scott, that's the U. That's some of the alumni, man. Dexter Ziegler. Shout out to Dexter Ziegler. That's the U. Leon Searcy. What it do, Leon Searcy? What's going on, man? Shout out to Milo Stinson. Chris Otis. Felix Miller, Eric and Susie Connor, Donna Gordon, Todd, Randy Pamal, John J.T. Thomas. Shout out to Otis Ford, Earl Collins, Deion Washington, Carisha Williams, Carl Strong, Gary English, Robert Uncle Buck Brown, Eddie, and George Lloyd. What's going on? Shout out to that boy Cedric, Rika Chuck Tate. What's good, said? Shout out to my boy James Pop Jones, Corey Taylor, Gerald, Big Baller Hawkins. What's up, J-Rock? Shout out to Kevin Taylor, Tony Adams. Shout out to Tony and Emmanuel Vasquez, Jamal Boot Stevenson, repping down there in Orlando, Florida. I seen you with some of that Florida State gear on. Take it off, Boot. Take it off. Shout out to Daryl Lord, Danielle Carroll, Quest, a.k.a. The Diesel, Diesel Brown, what's going on? Tim Jordan, Kevin, Glenn, Mike, and Jeff Caldwell, what's going on? Tariq Brooks, Shane Cronin, Jose Martinez, David Avila, Troy Woodard, Toya Cook, Milton Scoop Austin, Eric B. Tate, Sean Po Boy Pugh, Ronnie LeBou, Leonard Geechee Evans, Terry West, Sheldon Curl, Johnny White, Donald Strange, Justin Williams, Merle Robinson, Jason Massey, Brian Big B. Wheaton, Justin J. Berg Jackson, LD down there in Mohaven, Florida. What up, LD? Hey, shout out to Joe Carter over there on the east side, man, in Decatur, man, Georgia. What's up, Joe? BJ Pence, Diana Lisa, Q, Cecil Willie, Johnny, and Tyrone Perry, what it do? Mario Beltran, Larry, Elbone Griffin. Shout out to Brian Maycock, Madonna, and Jamila, Latoya, Susie Q Jackson, what it do? Shout out to James Curtis Jenkins, a.k.a. Groupie Pookie. That's a Florida State, man, fan, man. Shout out to Groupie Pookie, man, swinging on North Carolina because they beat Miami, something that they couldn't do. Shout out to Groupie Pookie. Shout out to Reggie, Jamal Weddington, Rayshawn Evans, Wayne Foster, Douglas Ferguson, Gwen and Norris Gordon, Frank Hilton, Demetrius Jeep Gray, Marvin V. Lawton, Latuan Ferguson, James Edward Leach, Percy Hicks, Brian Storms, Jamarion Davis, Jaquarius Weathers, Leanne Reginald, Roll Basin, Corey Allen. What's going on? Annette and Sherry Lewis, Jeffrey O'Neal, that's the LeBron James fanboy. Drina and Travis Colvin, what it do? D Breezy, Ernestine Fleming, what's up, cuz? Cheetah McCullough, what it do? John Green, April Clark, Ramsford, and the tearing up stuff in Paris, Florida. ACR, what it do, girl? I see you. Shout out to Beverly Kuzite, Reggie Hurd, Samuel Kennedy, Eric Myrick, and Larry Frank Jr. That's my guy. He going to be coming on at 8:30 to do his segment. Larry's You Take at 8:30. Get ready for it. Shout out to the North Georgia Canes chapter in Canton, Georgia. Shout out to Kevin Westra, Joseph Virgo, Henry Cowsey, Laverde Road, Kiki Diaz Vault. What's up, baby? Nick McClure, Renee Alvarez, Cedric Catman Smith, Kyle Gray, Richard Watts, and Alex J. Flores. And shout out, man, to the Canes unit, man. Shout out to Miami Flow, a.k.a. Kane Up, what it do? Shout out to that boy down there in Tampa, Florida, man, Concrete 1K. What's up? And shout out to the Canes blog, John, I see you. Great show, John. What's going on? Now let's get to the last group of the night. The Truth Miami Hurricanes fans. Shout out to Ralph Blanco, Bruce Daniels, Malcolm E. Simmons, and my guy, your guy, our guy, the big dog, Larry White Jr. It's you talk, baby. Let's go.
It's you talk, baby. It's you talk, baby.
Pablo Tarantino, what it do? Cuban Kane. Cuban Kane, you already own it, man. It's too early for that, Cuban Kane. What's good, man? What's going on, man? I know I didn't look good yesterday, Cuban Kane. I ain't got no excuses, man. I'm here though, Cuban Kane. I'm on tonight, man. What's going on, man? Kane family, I hope you had a great week. I hope everybody's been staying safe. Everybody's been doing good. We're going to talk a little bit about the Miami 2021 recruiting class tonight. And what are your thoughts on it, man? What are your thoughts on the signees, man? We're going to run down everybody. And I'm going to give my opinion on everybody, man. And I want to know, who do you think is going to have the biggest impact out of this class? That's my question tonight. What are your thoughts on the 2021 recruiting class, and who's going to have the biggest impact on the field when it's all said and done at the University of Miami out of this class? We signed all 21 recruits in the class. We signed all of the recruits. So kudos. Good deal. Glad to see that. All of the recruits were signed. And the biggest name, I know you all of you guys know, man, of course, man, was our 5-star Leonard Taylor out of Miami Palmetto. Leonard Taylor. He was solid, man, from the start with his commit. He stayed the course, man, and we got our guy, Leonard Taylor. That was the first 5-star recruit that we got. And the second one was James Williams. We got James Williams. James Williams was the other 5-star recruit. We got him, man, the safety. And I tell you, man, I'm hearing so many things about Leonard Taylor, man, that he's a program changer. From everybody that I've talked to, they told me that he's the truth. Kyle Stalling, what it do? What's going on? They said that Leonard Taylor is going to be a difference maker at the program. But I've seen a lot of you guys was excited about this next recruit that I'm about to say, man, and that's Jake Garcia. Right up here, man, in Grayson, Georgia, man, out there in Gwinnett County, man. They got the quarterback, man. We finally signed a quarterback in this cycle. And they got the guy they wanted. And that's Jake Garcia. The next player, man, Romello Brinson, man, the wide receiver. The wide receiver out of Northwestern Miami. The next player, Lawrence Seymour out of Miami Central. Offensive guard, Lawrence Seymour. Jacoby George out of Plantation, Fort Lauderdale, wide receiver. Jacoby, man, I'm hearing, man, that Brashard Smith, man, the next guy I'm talking about, the wide receiver, they say he's the speedster, man, out of Miami Palmetto. Him and Romello, man, is supposed to be them guys, man. They're supposed to be them guys in the receiving corps, man, that's going to take this program up a notch, them two guys. Brashard Smith, man, Miami Palmetto, man, 4-star wide receiver, man, out of Palmetto. And Elijah Arroyo is the next guy, the tight end out of Independence, 4-star tight end. Thad Franklin. I didn't know what was going to happen with Thad Franklin, but he ended up staying, man. He's out of Chaminade Prep, down there out of Hollywood, Florida. 4-star running back, Thad Franklin. He stayed. I thought that we was going to lose him. He held on to his commitment. He's a Miami Hurricane. Shout out to Thad Franklin. The next guy is the athlete, Chase Smith, which I think he's going to be a striker. That's just my opinion. Chase Smith is out of Melbourne, Florida, man. He's a 4-star and good-looking kid, man, 6'3", 190. The next guy is my guy. This is the guy, or the second question that I posed, who's going to have the biggest impact? Well, it's going to be him. What's Josh Ayers? I see you, big dog. What's going on? What's going on, Josh Ayers? We talking about these 2021 recruits tonight, man. And out of all of these 21 players, man, who's going to make the biggest impact on the field at the University of Miami when it's all said and done in their career? So, Cam Kitchens, the safety, out of Northwestern. This is a ball hawk. This is going to be the next Jaquan Johnson. This is a playmaker. I like Cameron Kitchens. I like him. The next guy is Michael McLaughlin out of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, 4-star offensive tackle. Ryan Rodriguez out of Columbus, Miami, offensive center. He's the center. He's a 3-star. Ryan Rodriguez. The next one, man, is Jaquan Johnson cousin. He's out of Killian. He's a 3-star linebacker, which I think this is the most important group out of the class, the linebackers. And that's Tyler Johnson out of Killian, Miami. 3-star, 6'2", 200 pounds, outside linebacker. The next guy, I said I like Cam Kitchens, but I think that the next guy's my favorite. I think that this is going to be my pick who's going to have the biggest impact on the program before it's all said and done. He's out of Orlando, Florida, Edgewater High School. I'm talking about Deshaun Troutman, the linebacker. He's only a 3-star. I don't get caught up into that. Y'all already know that. If you've been watching the show from the start, you know I don't get caught up into the 1, the 2, 3 stars and all of that stuff there. I look at the tape and I look and see who flashes to be. And that's going to be this guy right here. Keep your eye on him. I think that he's going to have the best career out of everybody out of this class. He's going to be the most important player out of this class. He's going to make the biggest impact on the field. Deshaun Troutman, middle linebacker. Go and look at his highlight tapes. Go and look at his tape, period. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Deshaun Troutman, linebacker, out of Edgewater High School in Orlando, Florida. The next player is Khalil Brantley, out of Northwestern, the tight end, 6'2", 205. The next guy, man, is an athlete, Malik Curtis, out of Bishop Verot, Fort Myers, man, 3-star. He's an athlete. The next guy is Alan Hay. He's out of Chaminade Prep 2, defensive tackle, man, 3-star, 6'1", 296. And the kicker, Andres Borregales, the brother of the kicker who we have right now at the University of Miami. So I don't think we did bad. I think that I'm glad that all of the players signed. All of the guys, I still think that we're a little light at cornerback, man. I was thinking that we was going to get Markevious Brown, but he ended up going to Ole Miss, I think. I think he ended up signing with Ole Miss from out of IMG over there in Bradenton. That's who I was hoping that we were going to be able to get, but he signed with Ole Miss. So I'm asking tonight. I'm asking out of this 2021 class. Yeah, man, Cuban Kane. Tyler Johnson, man, that's his younger brother, man. Yeah, Tyler Johnson, man. Outside linebacker. Thoughts on who's going to be the guy? Who are you looking for out of the biggest things, man, out of this class, man? Who's going to be the guy out of this class? Who's going to come in and be able to make an impact? That's what I need to know. That's what I want to know. Who's going to be the impact guy? Who do you think? I say Deshaun Troutman. That's my guy. That's my guy, linebacker. I still say, man, you know, he's going to have to attack the transfer portal again, man, like we always do, like Manny always does. We definitely got to get some cornerbacks. Definitely got to get some cornerbacks, guys. Definitely got to get cornerbacks. We need corners. We need cornerbacks. And like I say, the class, Josh Ayers, what you say? You said the obvious, right? You saying Leonard Taylor or Williams? Out of those two? George Diaz, you say we already know who's going to be the impact guy. That's the defensive lineman, Leonard Taylor. Hey, that goes without, hey, listen. We know what he was in high school. Let's see if he can do it at the next level now. Let's see if he can come to college and dominate as well. I hope he does. I mean, I seen his tape too, George. I like him. He's everything that a defensive lineman at Miami represents, man. Intense, big, strong. I mean, fight through the double team. I like him. But I think my guy, Deshaun Troutman, as far as moving from sideline to sideline, like I say, I'm not looking at the stars. I'm looking at what flashes at me on tape. Deshaun Troutman is an all-around player. He can play the middle and the outside. He can actually play the striker because he's that quick. He's that fast. I like Deshaun Troutman out of Edgewater, Orlando, Florida, the inside linebacker. I think he starts, he's a little light right now, 205. I think we got to get him around maybe 215, 220. You want to keep that speed on him, but I think that's going to be the guy, man. That's just my opinion. But the other, what you say, but other than 2 and 5 stars, the guys whose name you remember is Elijah Roy. You talking about the tight end, huh? What about Khalil Brantley? See, I like Brantley. I'm a little bit more high on Brantley, man, than I am on Arroyo. I feel you, George. Pablo Tarantino, what you say? Trapman is our guy. We need speed. Trapman, who is Trapman? Talk to me. Who is Trapman? What position does he play? I'm not familiar with Trapman. But I think position of need, man, I think that we're going to have to see, man, with this linebacker group next year, fellas. Next year, the linebacker group. I mean, again, we got 2 in this class. We got Tyler Johnson and we got Deshaun Troutman. And the linebackers from last year, I think that they're going to have to step up. I'm talking about Flagg, Tyreek Austin. We got to find a dog in the middle. We need an inside linebacker. We need somebody to take the next step. We need 2 inside. We need 2 linebackers, man. 2 linebackers. We got to get 2 dogs that want to step up and take on this linebacker role. Oh, he meant Troutman. Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Hold on. Okay, I got you. My bad, Tarantino. My bad. Yeah, I like Troutman, man. I do, man. Pablo, I'm sold on him. I'm sold on Troutman. I mean, just go look at his tape, George. Just check. If you ain't seen him yet, George, go look at his tape. Look at Deshaun Troutman tape. I was talking to my cousin about this guy, man. I mean, sideline to sideline, George, speed, physicality. You know, George, I mean, he don't shy away from contact, man. You know, I mean, just the smart instincts, everything you want in an inside linebacker. I would love to see him get in that weight room, George. Yeah. I would love to, I know, George, I would love to see him get in that weight room and take the next step. I would love to see him play as a freshman. I would love, just like we had Pinckney, Shike, and all of them guys starting that freshman, Zach McLeod. I would love to see him come in, man, and play as a freshman. What you say, George? We will get another linebacker and cornerback through the transfer portal. We're going to have to. We're going to have to address that need at cornerback. We need more cornerbacks. Definitely need more cornerbacks. Definitely need more cornerbacks. So, George, I'm hearing Leonard Taylor from you. Anybody else got another dog y'all think that is going to be the guy? That's going to be the guy in this class. Y'all heard mine. Mine is Troutman. George Diaz say his is Leonard Taylor. Anybody got anybody different besides those two? QK, what you say? The most important recruit, to be honest, is King. I agree with you, man. First game of the season next year, guys. It's going to be right here in Atlanta, Georgia, man. We'll be taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide, man, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I want to see all of y'all there because we're going to definitely be doing some tailgating, and we're going to be broadcasting live, man, right out there, man. I can't wait. Hopefully, if everything goes smooth, man, and we can get back to normal, man, you know, that's the plan anyways. But I totally agree with you too, King, man. Cuban King. King is. Because going into that game, we're going to definitely need a leader on the offensive side. We're going to need a leader, period. And King is the only alpha dog, and he's the only one that's just showed that he is the bona fide leader of that team, of this team. So I totally agree with you, Cuban King. What you say, Pablo? Y'all want to know something? Our bread and butter used to be recruiting defensive players, hands down. Totally agree with you. I feel like, man, it ain't the you until we can get back to dominate on in the trenches on both sides of the ball. That's on the offensive line and on the defensive side, defensive line side of the ball, man. I still feel like, man, you know, we'll see how this next class come along, man, with these offensive linemen. Can we develop and get some physicality on the offensive line, man? Because right now, like I said, the offensive line is definitely struggling. Definitely struggling. And I'm almost at the point, like I told you guys before, I think we may need to start going out to the Midwest, out to Wisconsin and Nebraska, and start trying to get some offensive linemen out that way. But like I said, let's hope that this offensive line can get better in the spring, man, and come back next year, man, and look better than what they did, than what they have the last 2 years. Let's hope. What you say, George? My thing is, with getting James Williams and Cameron Kitchens, this class, we do move Avante Williams to cornerback, cause to me, Avante is too small for a safety, but perfect to play cornerback. You know what, George? That's a good point. I must say that I agree with you on that as well. Because here's the thing, George, that I would agree with you on. You gotta get your most talented players on the field, as many as you can. And that's on both sides of the football. So with Cam Kitchens, he's a ball hawk. And I just feel like he gotta come in and play next year. He got to, and I'm with you. If Avante is small to be playing safety, and if you can move into safety, you can transition him over to cornerback, that would be good. If you can get Cam Kitchens and James Williams, get all of your playmakers, because, man, they are playmakers, man. They're difference makers. James Williams and Cam Kitchens, they are difference makers. Put both of them guys at safety and move Avante Williams to cornerback. I totally agree with you. Totally. Think about it, man. Corey Couch has already came along. He's his own man now. Corey Couch, man, we know we got a lockdown corner on one side of the field. I like that idea that moving Avante Williams to cornerback. He was hurt this year, and I can't wait to see him come back. I hope he come back healthy. Talk to me, Benny Barrett. Without no offensive line, we don't change our position as we are now. I totally agree. If we can't put up points and protect, we are going to be in the same position, Benny. That's totally true. We talk about that all the time. And like I said, we got to hope that this offensive line can take the next step and go forward. We got to hope we can, y'all. I'm just saying. Offensive line, that is so true. This offensive line has got to be able to protect. You're going to be tested the first game out of the box next year. First game of the season, you're going to be tested against Alabama. You know Nick going to have them boys ready. And I hope with a full camp, no excuses. I hope with a full camp that we can get this turned around, this offense and this defense. Because like I said before, this last outing was terrible. I'm still messed up from that. So we got a lot of stuff to correct, definitely. What you say, Josh Ayers? Miami needs to go to Rust Belt Midwest states for O-line. I totally agree. Ohio, where I'm at, has some big boys plus they can play in the cold and weather. I totally agree with you. Man. Like, let's just hope they can develop. I give them one more year. I'm with you, Josh Ayers. One more year, but after that, bro, I've been saying this from day one too. Midwest, going up there, man, and go and get them big boys, man, out there in Nebraska, man. Going on out there, man. Go up north and go to Ohio, man. Go out there and go get them offensive linemen. George Diaz, what we talking about? Other than Jaron on the offensive line, everyone is coming back. So Jaron has decided to go pro. He's not going to utilize that extra year due to COVID. He is going. Jared Williams is going pro. He's not going to come back. Yeah, everybody's coming back. This will be like their third year coming back next year, man. I want to see some progress, man, out of Zion Nelson, DJ Scaife. I got to see it, man. I think Navon Donaldson, man, I think he'll be back at left guard. I got to see some progress, man. Right tackle is going to be open if Jared Williams is not coming back. That's going to be open. George Diaz, he might come back, but he is the only one that could leave if they wanted to, yeah. I agree with you, Josh. Yeah, he ain't ready for the NFL. I hope he do come back another year, too. I hope all of them come back, y'all. That's just my thing. I mean, the only guy that I think that is not coming back, or I can honestly see not coming back, is Jalen Phillips. That's just me. And again, I would still say, hell, I'm like E. Gray. I think he should come back, too, but I don't think that that's happening since they're projecting him to be a top 10 pick. Hell, they got him and Rousseau being the best tight ends off the board, man, coming off first. So I definitely don't think Jalen Phillips is coming back. But Cuban Kane, you're right. The biggest question is Kane. What is he going to do? When are we going to know what he's going to do? That's the most important signee right there. I totally agree, man. We got to have a quarterback going into next year. We got to. And again, man, if it wasn't for De'Aaron King, a lot of these games that we seen this year, y'all, wouldn't even be, man, because of him. A lot of those wins, you know, I know everybody like to say we were 8-2. We wasn't this, we wouldn't have been that. We wasn't this last year, man. De'Aaron King was a big part of that. Without him, man, with that Fugazi offensive line that he was playing behind, man, making plays all year, it's all about De'Aaron King, y'all. We got to go into next year, man, with a leader, especially the first game of the season. You know what we got. So Friday night, man, we on Utah, man. We talking about it.
It's Utah, baby. It's Utah, baby.
We talking about it on Utah tonight. Like I said, y'all, I like the class. It's ranked nationally at number 10. Jeffrey O'Neal, you like the offensive lineman, Lawrence Seymour. I mean, you can't forget about the other guys too, man. That was Isaiah Walker. They'll be back, and it's another one of the big guys too that we didn't see a lot. Well, I think he redshirted this year. Another one of the offensive linemen. So, competition. That's what you want, man. You're starting to see. Let's hope, man, that these guys will put the work in over the spring, man, and want to have something to compete for and play for, man. We got to get the guys, man. We just got to get the morale back right, man. North Carolina, man, that didn't look right, man. We got our segment guy about to call in, Mr. Larry Frank Jr., man. This is the segment, man. This is the Larry Franks Jr. You take, man. I got my boy on the line, man. Mr. Larry Frank, what's going on, brother?
Good evening, Brother D. Good evening, Brother D. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, sir. How you doing this fine, cold, chilly night, man, in Atlanta, man? Where you at, Larry Frank?
Well, guess what? I'm down in Louisiana as always. It's equally cold and chilly. I'm going to give you my signature phrase as always. I'm blessed and avoiding stress, my brother.
There it is, man. Larry Frank Jr., talk to us, man. Give us your you take tonight, man. We've been waiting on it. Talk to us, big dog.
Well, it's only fitting that the subject of the show was going to be about signing class thus far. So my take is on the signing class.
Okay.
I went ahead and was able to, kind of check into some of the players and see what we got and what it's going to look like moving forward for our schemes and what we do. So that's where we come in at tonight with the U take.
Okay.
So I've been watching you, and I saw you was asking who we thought would have the biggest impact. I got two. I got two that's gonna have a big impact. I got a short-term impact, and I have an overall long-term impact.
Okay.
I think short-term impact for me next season, provided he starts, and I think if he has a good camp that he will become a starter. I think it's McLaughlin, the lineman. The reason why I'm gonna say that is because, as everybody knows, the offensive line is just having his growing pains and his issues. This kid is built. He's ready. He's big. All he needs is to be coached up. And I think with what you saw lacking in pass blocking and opening up some lanes with the run blocking,
Mm-hmm.
I really believe if he gets coached up, gets in there, he enrolls early, gets on the weights, conditioning, strength program, and all of that, I think, and he's not going to get recognized because, as you know, offensive linemen don't get no credit. They just get the blame most of the time. But I think...
Hold on, Larry Frank. They said that they can't really hear you real. They said they can't hear you. Can you got your mic right up to your...
Hold on. I got my earpiece, but hold on.
Okay. You guys
All
let
right,
me...
I have my earpiece in.
Okay.
See if they can hear me better.
Talk to
I'm
me,
on the
Cuban
regular phone
Kane.
now.
Talk to me, Cuban Kane, J.R. Hayes, and Joe Diaz. Y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up or something. Can y'all hear? I thought it was on my end because I can hear you pretty good now. Go ahead, Larry.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so getting back to what I was saying, I truly believe that with coaching, strength and conditioning, in a good camp, provided he starts, I really believe McLaughlin, the lineman, is gonna pay the biggest dividends because at the end of the day, the offensive line is probably the one group, the one unit that has the most work to put in to get better. And if he comes in and he has that opportunity to contribute, which I think he will, I think he's going to pay immediate dividends. Like I said, linemen don't get no credit. They just get the blame. So that's my short-term, most impact player next season. Now, overall, I'm going long-term.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Garcia. I think provided Garcia gets the starting job, I'm going with Garcia. This is why I want to go with Jake Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and took a chance, and I looked at Rhett Lashley's offense when he was at SMU.
Mm-hmm.
Rhett Lashley incorporates elements of the air raid offense. And this is what he did at SMU. He incorporated elements of the air raid. What I saw on the film when he was at SMU was whenever it was time to call an audible,
Mm-hmm.
you got to have speedy receivers. And you get those corners on islands, and you got to win those one-on-one battles. It's starting to make sense to me now why we had trouble offensively in a lot of games. He didn't have the personnel. Well, now that you have George and Brinson and the other receiver, you've got speedy receivers. These are the type of receivers that Lashley needs in his offense. And I think long-term, whenever Garcia gets that job, provided he gets it, I think he will. I think eventually. It all depends on what happens with King. But I think after King is gone, Garcia will be the heir to the throne. And when you have Garcia in there in the system, I think Garcia is going to pay major dividends down the line. Because what you saw with King, when you really look, and I'll tell all of the listeners, go on YouTube later, whenever you get a chance if you haven't done it. Look up Rhett Lashley's offense at SMU. You'll be surprised. King is an immediate upgrade at quarterback, but King is not the optimum quarterback to run Lashley's offense. Lashley's offense incorporates a lot more throwing than running. The run portion of it, obviously, King got the natural ability. But really, it's an offense that relies on the pass a lot. And King has a good arm, but his accuracy is decent, but it's not where it needs to be to get the full maximum benefit out of a Lashley offense. I think Garcia brings that to the table. So long term, I'm going with Garcia as the overall impact member of this class.
Mm-hmm.
But I think short term, I'm rolling with McLaughlin. It's a long shot, but that's who I'm going with, the lineman.
Okay.
So that's the answer to your question.
Okay.
Now, let's go ahead on and look at this class.
Mm-hmm.
You have the second class in the Manny era, and Manny's putting in work. Miami is one of 4 schools that has 2 top overall players at a position. They go along with Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State. Miami also has a lot of ESPN 300 players. They got the most in the state of Florida. They out-recruited Florida State and Florida. And they're just doing work. Right now, they're ranked number 11 in the country in total signing class, as far as the signing class is concerned. So Manny's putting in work. Here's my thing. If you look at what we have now with these 2 classes together, last year, well, this current freshman class and then the class that'll be coming in next year, he's putting together depth, and he's putting depth at some crucial positions. I do believe we're hurting that corner, and I did read earlier somebody else suggested that James Williams can convert to a corner. He has that skill set, and look, may the best man win. I do believe Corey Couch is going to have his opportunity to lock down his position. But I think that Blades is going to have to come back, and he's going to have to get his mind right. And I think you have that option as far as James Williams is concerned as well, to be a possible converted corner. You good with Cam Kinchins at the safety position? You good with Avante Williams at the safety position? He was the top guy from last year. You still got Bubba Bolden coming back. You still got Gervin Hall. You have depth in the secondary, and that's major. Moving on down, I'm going to skip the linebackers for right now. Let me get to the D-line, all right? Phillips, Rousseau, they're gone. You're still waiting to see what Roche is going to do. Chance Williams, defensive end. He got in a couple of games. He's got tremendous upside. I like what Chance Williams brings to the table as far as, in the future. Leonard Taylor, along with Chance Williams and possibly Roche coming back next year. And I do believe Nesta will be back as well.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be as dominant as what you had this year, but they'll still be a force. So the front 4, they're going to be all right. They're going to be good. I'm concerned about linebacker, but as you alluded to, the young man that's coming in, I think he has an opportunity to also make an immediate impact. And I think they'll address the linebacker concerns in the portal. I'm not even worried about that. I think they know what they got to do. I think the portal, you should see them get a linebacker, and you'll probably see them go after another corner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, well, obviously, the million-dollar question, is King coming back? I think he is. I think he has a lot more to prove. I think he has a lot more he wants to prove. I see him coming back. But let's say he doesn't come back. Even if you have to have a spring and a camp and all of that stuff, we've got a great problem because now you have quarterbacks. You've got a Tyler Van Dyke. You've got Garcia. You've got Matasha. You still got Perry. You have options. That's something that you really didn't have a couple of years ago. So either which way, I'm going to assume King's coming back. As far as running back, I don't see Cam going pro because I don't think Cam had enough highlight film. I don't think he had enough of a good season this year to go pro. I see Cam coming back along with Chaney and Knighton and then add Thad Franklin to the mix. We have a stable of backs, and I'm happy about that because I always said you have to have that stable of backs and credit them for doing it. The unit I'm most impressed at is the wide receivers. The guys that they got at wide receiver, immediate upgrade. This is going to pay tremendous dividends, D, because you now have
Larry Frank, you there? I don't know if we lost him. Damn, he was just getting deep with it. Larry Frank, If we lost you, man, call back up. I don't know what happened, brother. Man, he was just getting good, y'all. Call back up, Larry Frank, if you can hear me, bro. I don't know. We got disconnected some kind of way. I'm waiting on you. Good points. And I think that he was saying as far as like James Williams going over to play corner, but I think we were saying Avante Williams. Okay, here he goes. We got him back, y'all. Larry Frank, you there, brother? I don't know what happened. We got disconnected some kind of way.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was talking and my phone was on a black screen.
It was just getting good, man.
My bad. But just to kind of, get on to the second point and get to the ending points here. I love the fact that we have a running back committee thing going. Like I said, I don't think Cam is going to be that dude to go pro. I think Cam feels that he's got more to prove. He definitely, his numbers weren't that great. He started off good in the season opener, but he just kind of fizzled out as the season went along. You've got Knighton, you've got Chaney, add Thad Franklin to the mix. You got a stable of backs. As I was saying before we got disconnected, the recruited group that I'm most impressed by is the wide receivers. Mm-hmm. I feel we have an immediate upgrade at wide receivers. You kind of saw Harley kind of come into his own in the last couple of weeks, playing better, playing more solid. I think you've got some freshmen that's going to do that out the jump. And these guys are going to contend for some starting spots. So Brashard Smith and Brinson and
Jacoby George.
Jacoby George. Those three right there, I'm loving those three as far as being recruited. I like what you have right there.
Okay.
Tight end. I don't think Brevin Jordan's going to go pro. I think he needs to come back. He may go pro. I hope he don't get no bad advice. But if Brevin comes back, you got Brevin and Mallory, and then you'll have Arroyo. Now, here's the thing about Arroyo. Arroyo is from Frisco, Texas. I think that's an SMU tie-in right there because Frisco is a suburb of Dallas. Mm-hmm. And that's where SMU is out there in the Dallas area. So I think Arroyo, he's been rated as a pretty good tight end. So I'm thinking as far as the future's concerned, let him get in the system. And look, we tight end you. One thing about us, we can develop tight ends real good. So the tight end line is going to continue. And like I said, as far as the offensive line is concerned, like you said, you got Scaife coming back. And you got to see what Zion does. I mean, they got experience now. But I still say, McLaughlin's coming in. That's my pick for an immediate impact player. And at the same time, you got I can't call his name, but he's a center as well. He got signed and everything. So you got a couple of them coming in. Now, I also see that they've started a hashtag. I forgot the young man's name, but he's Garcia actually started it. He's actually looking at Oklahoma, but they're trying to get him to come. I think he's from Virginia, West Virginia. I know the callers, the listeners, somebody will put it on the screen. They'll be able to tell you who it is. But I want to say he's a linebacker. This guy's a beast.
Oh, really?
He's a beast. Yes, he's a beast. Lee, I think his name is Lee, Leigh or something like that. Mm-hmm. I got to look into it some more. But Garcia started it off, and the hashtag come to the U. That's how we got Garcia. So don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised if I still think February. I think we're going to hit the portal hard, and I think in February we're going to lock in the rest of this class. And the best part about it is, I think this class is the foundation. Last year's class was the spark that was going to spark the change. Mm-hmm. I think this year's class is the foundation that's actually going to be that change. Another thing I want to give to you, Banda has been rumored as being a candidate for the DC job at Utah State.
I seen
and
that.
As we know, Banda is actually credited. He's one of the better, the recruiting top guys as far as the staff, as far as recruiting. So that's something to keep your eyes on right there, if he takes that job or not. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, moving forward. But I'm feeling good about this class, D. I'm really feeling good about this class. I just think they're hitting on all cylinders as far as getting the right players. And the thing about it, when it comes down to it, a lot of people were having issues with the offense, myself included, until I went and looked at that film. When I looked at that SMU film, it all started to make sense. Well, that's why they wasn't throwing, as much as they could have. Or that's why King was missing on a lot of his throws. So I just want to let the listening audience know, when you get a chance, go look at the Rhett Lashley film from SMU, and they got a guy, he was breaking down the film, and if you even look at the quarterback, he resembles a quarterback similar to what you have in Garcia. So I'm thinking, right now they're getting the players to fit the scheme, and I think once they do that, get them in camp, coach them up, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to compare Garcia to Trevor, because obviously that's the stretch. But I think he has the upside to have an impact on our team like Trevor did for Clemson. Not saying that he's going to lead us to the promised land, but I think as far as being that quarterback that's locked in, that the leader of the team, that's what I think Garcia has the potential to do. And possibly Tyler Van Dyke as well.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
like, what did you think about, so Tyler Van Dyke? Are we saying that you think that it's eventually, though, it's going to be Garcia's job, you think, over Tyler?
I think Garcia and Van Dyke are going to have a quarterback competition. They're both pro-style quarterbacks. And look, Van Dyke has the NFL body. He's tall, he's big, he's got a big arm. I mean, he's just that prototypical guy as far as size. Now Van Dyke is a little bit smaller, but Van Dyke is more versatile. He can run, he can throw, and what I like about him, he's charismatic. I was reading earlier that his dad was at the game last week, at the North Carolina game, and he just made a comment that, what happened tonight is nothing to judge this program on. Believe Manny and them are putting in work. This type of stuff happens. I'm loving the fact that his dad was so supportive given what you saw last week. And what I'm also loving is that I saw where Garcia had put up that, hey, we're building towards something. Like, he's only been signed for a couple of days now, and he's already taking that leadership role. We're building. That's something you got to love. It's the same thing like with King. That's something that Miami has lacked for years, is leadership from these players. You didn't have that, no disrespect, but you didn't have that from Malik. Malik, he didn't really assume that leadership role, where look, I'm putting this team on my back. You have that now, and you have it with King, and it looks like you're going to have it with Garcia, and that's what I'm loving. So I think moving forward, I think King comes back, but I think after King is out of there, I think you're going to have a very intense quarterback battle between Van Dyke and Garcia, and I'm not even going to make a prediction because it's a good problem to have. I'd rather have that problem as far as having two good quarterbacks, having to decide who we're going to go with, because we've been on the other side of that coin. We know what it's like to not have any quarterback.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you got to settle for what you got. So,
right.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it. Yup.
So let me ask you this while I got you on, bro. Okay, so out of that wide receiver class that we got then, man, who's the biggest impact out of those three? Out of George, Brashard, and what's the other one?
Brunson.
Romello. Who's going to be the biggest
Romello
impact?
Brunson. I'm thinking it's going to be Romello. Brashard is, I think Brashard has probably the most impact potential, but I think Brinson right now is just, if you put him out there, he can do it right now. I think he's gonna bring it a lot quicker. He's fast. He can cut. His hands are good. You got that natural talent, Brashard is a dog, don't get me wrong. It's just that I looked at a few, highlight films of him, and he can make it happen. But I just think that it's going to happen in due time with him. But I think Romello is day one versus Alabama. I'm not saying he's going to dog them out, but I think day one versus Alabama, if he's on that field, he's going to make his name known. I just believe that. You know, he's going to be a problem. So I'm rolling with Romello. I think Romello out of the receiver group is going to be that dude that you're gonna start seeing, you know, out the gate.
And I got another one for you, man. And this is the $1 million question, man, Larry Frank. We've had 2 back-to-back recruiting classes, brother. That's been good.
Uh-huh.
Will these coaches finally coach up this talent and get it to where it needs to be? That's my question, bro. We got, like you said, we've had 2 great classes. Will these coaches finally be able to coach up this talent? Will they?
On the offensive side, I think so. Because like I said, on the offensive side, you're finally getting the receivers. You got the tight ends. Like the offensive part, what I saw of the SMU videos, a lot of it you had 2 tight end sets. And you have that now. But remember, Brevin was hurt. Brevin was hurt for a couple of weeks this year. So you had a lot of 2 tight end sets, and you had a lot of just island, just the receivers out there on the island with the opposing corner and speed one, and you had accuracy. So I think what you have now coming in, especially from the tight end spot, I think a healthy Brevin, Mallory's going to do his thing. I think Arroyo is going to eventually work his way into the rotation. I think they're going to coach these guys up. I believe in Garin Justice as an offensive line coach. I really believe, because I saw improvement this year. I saw improvement with that line. Now they didn't have a consistent improvement, but they made a lot of strides from last year, you know. And I do believe that you just had a young offensive line that was inexperienced in 2019. They came back, they gained experience, and they did better in a lot of games. Now they still got a lot of work to put in, but once again, and I hate using this as an excuse, but COVID happened. COVID shut everything down. We did what we did with basically no spring. And we did what we did with basically no summer camps. I mean, NCAA decided to let college football happen. We went straight into camp, 3-4 weeks or whatever. We're playing UAB. So I'm really believing that now that you're going to have a spring, and I see it, I think, like I told you, I think with the vaccines coming out, I think they're going to go ahead and let get us back to normalcy. I think you're going to have a spring and the opportunity to implement the offense and get the offense rolling. The question mark for me is the defense. And the more that I look at it, I agree with what you said last week. I was saying, hire another defensive coordinator, but then I went back and thought about it, and I said, you know what? Devin is right. You got your defensive coordinator already. This is Manny's defense. So what you need to do, in my opinion, is cut the ties with Blake Baker. Go ahead and, Manny, take over the defense. This is your defense. And you're recruiting the guys to run this defense and run it to the best of your ability. Let me tell you something. A couple of years ago, when you had Jaquan and you had Redwine and you had Michael Jackson and you had Shaq.
Yep.
And you had Pinkney and all of them. You didn't have no real, and no disrespect to them, but you didn't have no superstars with that group. But those guys were effective. Why? They were the right guys for that system.
Yep.
So what you need to do now is get another group in here, and he's doing it. He's getting it together. And honestly, I think from a DB standpoint, the upside for the DBs that you have now, I think they have the capability to be better than what you had in 2017. I think the secondary group that you have, if you coach them up, can be better than the secondary group than you had in 2017. You know why? You got more speed. You got more physicality. You just need to coach them up. We're lacking on linebackers, and I'm going to tell you something. Defensive line, we're definitely better at defensive line. This year we were, and I think we have a better defensive line in the future than what we had in 2017 as well. So you get the right guys in there and let Manny take over the defense. All you need is the defense to just improve 50% off of what they did. And let Lashley do what he do with his players and his scheme. And that's 10, 11 wins right there.
I got a good one
So,
for
yeah,
you. I got a good one for you.
What's
I got one of my homeboys over here on the line, J.R. Hayes, man. He said, bring me in a new cornerbacks coach. Rump can't recruit. This year he didn't coach them up as well. I'm sure Baker's scheme had a lot to do with it. He needs to go. Bring back Corey Raymond. What you think about that? Mike Rump, man,
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That Corey Raymond thing is really, really stings me. I'm going to tell you why, because I'm watching Corey Raymond over here at LSU.
I know.
And that's the thing, man. And the fact that it's almost like, man, with your boy bringing that up, man, it hurts my feelings, because I can only imagine what Corey Raymond would do in Miami. The reason why LSU is locking down these DBs is because of Corey Raymond. It ain't Ed Ogeron. Listen, let me tell you something. Corey Raymond at LSU is the recruiting guy. He's the recruiting coordinator, the head recruiter out here. Corey Raymond is going, at least in these defensive guys' living rooms and stuff, in their family's living rooms. So Corey Raymond very well might be defensive coordinator. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but there's been a little talk that if Bo Pelini isn't retained, if they don't go and get another proven defensive coordinator, they may go with somebody in-house.
And see, that's what Zoo Pride just said. He said that Corey wants to be a defensive coordinator. That's what he just said.
Right. Corey has the aspirations to be a defensive coordinator, and that's the thing. And the thing about it is, if Miami would make a run at Corey Raymond right now, I think he would bail, because honestly, Miami would kind of be stuck, because the good part about it is LSU is about to play their season finale on Saturday. They're not going to a bowl game. So whatever decision they make with defensive coordinator with Bo Pelini, Miami can kind of maybe sit back and maybe play off of that. Okay. Because I do believe Bo Pelini is going to be fired. The question is, who are they going to get to replace him? If they get somebody else in there as a defensive coordinator and not promote Corey Raymond, he's ripe for the picking. The question is, how long are they going to take before they hire somebody or promote Corey Raymond? Because you can't sit on it too long. So it's kind of like a game of chess that you're playing right now.
Right. Danielle Kara said South Carolina coordinator. The one you was talking about before. You got from South Carolina.
Morris Robinson.
Yes.
That's the guy I've been highlighting him.
Yes.
I've been putting his picture in that graphic that I found. He would be the dude. He's a Miami native. And that's another thing. I think the key to recruiting and getting these kids out of Miami, you want to get the studs out of Miami, you got to have a Miami guy. It's going to take a Miami guy to keep these kids at home. The beauty about what you're seeing right now, D, is you're starting to keep these kids at home. Now, you're still going to lose some to Alabama and Clemson. Why? Well, hey, the best players, they're going to come get them, and, hey, these teams are competing for championships.
Yeah.
You can't blame some of these kids.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can keep so many of them at home, and I think it's 18 out of the 20 signees the other day were from Dade and Broward, and, well, at least from Central Florida and South Florida.
Yes, sir.
That's a good sign, because if you remember when Schnellenberger came in there and created the state of Miami,
that's all he wanted.
He built the program.
That's right.
That's all you needed.
That's right.
It's so much talent in that South and Central Florida area.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to go nowhere else.
Don't have to go anywhere.
I think that eventually what you're going to have to do is, because we've seen it with Al Golden, you have to recruit this area, or that area, I should say. You can't have somebody that's not recruiting that area trying to get players from other areas. You've got to get your skilled players from Florida, South Florida. And in order to get that, I really believe you got to have a South Florida guy.
That's right.
So it could be Robinson. I'd love to see Corey Raymond, because Corey Raymond, he's killing it with recruiting out here. Granted, Louisiana's the only Power 5 school. They don't have no major competition here. But still, they better do something, because I'm going to tell you something. Hey, you got prime time out there stealing recruits from Florida, bringing them to Jackson State. So,
yeah. You see, Dion.
He can sack recruits. Yeah, you see Prime stealing Power 5 recruits and bringing them to HBCU.
Yes, he is.
So that should tell you, that should be a serve as an example that, come on now, if he can do that, and I know he's Prime, we know that, but at the same time, come on, man, you got to be offering something. It's something you're putting on the table to make these kids jump, and you can do the same thing. Like I said the other day, bro. We are Miami. You can't tell me that you can put some of these other mid-major schools up here or schools that don't compete for championships, that don't have a big number of players in the league. You can't tell me that kids are going to want to go to these other schools like a Indiana, like a Northwestern, like Coastal Carolina, wherever, over Miami. And you got the pay-for-play thing going on, the image and likeness bill or whatever, where you can now start getting compensated. And Florida is one of only, I think, 5 or 6 states that's going to allow it. Come on, man. That's a win-win.
Right.
That's a win-win. Look at all of the money that's down there in South Florida. You're not going to have that kind of a competition in Tallahassee. What kind of image and likeness stuff do you have in Tallahassee? I've been to Tallahassee, and no disrespect to people that live in Tallahassee, but Tallahassee ain't got nothing to offer. Come on, man. I'm just saying. Gainesville ain't got nothing to offer. I done passed through Gainesville. They ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
You know,
Nothing.
I mean, come on, man. You in the state of Florida, you would dominate as far as that. You can use that as a
recruiting tool
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you can. I mean, is it ethical? No, it's not ethical. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's legal.
Hey.
Why not use it?
Hey.
You think Nick out there in Tuscaloosa ain't giving the bag up? You know Nick's passing the bags out, bro.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Like I say, it's legal. Do what you got to do.
That's right. That's right.
Legalize bags.
That's right. There you go, Al. Hey, your boy just texted me, man, and told me to tell you, man. He talking about some E-Gray told me to tell Larry Frank that the Steelers are one and done. Talking about some, make sure you tell him what.
Listen, look.
He listening. Tell him what you want to tell him. Tell him, Larry. Get him.
All right. I know. E listening, but dog, E, my brother. Ain't no Atlanta Falcons. First of all, as a Falcons fan, don't even mention Pittsburgh, man. You're not even in the same company, man. Let me tell you something. You can't even mention the University of Pitt, much less the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can't even mention Pittsburgh High School, man. Go sit down somewhere and get ready to start scouting to see who y'all gonna get in, at the end of the, in the middle of the first round or whatever, and rise up and sit down like y'all always do. That's all you can do.
I'm glad you told him. He watched it. He finna be texting in a little while.
Oh, I know he gonna be hot. E-Gray probably hot as hell.
You know it.
For me.
Oh man, he had laughing faces all behind when he just sent me this text to tell you too. But he had laughing faces all behind.
Let me tell you something. He wish he could be one and done, but I tell you what, I bet you if we ever get up in the Super Bowl 28-3, we ain't gonna choke. How about that, E-Gray?
Oh, he don't want to hear that.
I bet you we get a lead in the Super Bowl, we don't choke.
He don't want to talk about that. Hey, he ain't gonna talk about that. No, he ain't talking about that.
Like I said, bro. Hey, tell him go look on YouTube, watch some old Steeler videos, man. We show you how to win. Well. I was going to say show you how to win a Super Bowl, but you got to be able to get there.
You got to be able to, exactly. Hey, he ain't doing it this year, Larry.
Oh, no, listen. The name of the game is 500. Let's get to 500 first, and then you might be able to talk to me.
Oh, man, E. Oh, he ain't even hit me back neither. He ain't hit me. He just hit me back. Let me see what he say. Hold on, Larry.
Tell me what he got.
He talking about something. Oh, man. Tell Larry his offense is trash. No running backs, can't run the ball.
Your team is trash. So what's your point, dog? Your whole team is trash. Your team is just straight up garbage truck, garbage juice, Tuesday morning pickup, waste management trash.
I've been trying to tell him, Larry, but he don't want. I'm glad it's coming from somebody else too, man. Cuban Kane tell him all the time, but he don't want to hear from us. You hear it, E, y'all garbage. You heard what Larry just said.
Straight up garbage, trash. Just a waste of an NFL space. And here's the sad part. See, E-Gray, you really won't go there, dog? Let me be 100. I know you hate the Saints. Of all the names for the stadium, bro, you had to steal a Mercedes-Benz name off of New Orleans, bro? Really, dude? Really? You won't go there? You really won't go there? What has Julio Jones done? Like, seriously, what has he done? Julio Jones has been irrelevant.
Talk to him, Al Frank. Talk to him.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. I mean, I'll take this. Let me tell you something. They're having a bad season. I'll take talk from a Cowboys fan because at least they've been to the mountaintop. I'll take it from a Patriots fan. I'll take it from Green Bay fans, whatever the case may be. Can't no Atlanta fan tell me nothing. Yeah, y'all need to go to the B. Dalton bookstore or Books A Million or whatever and go get Coaching Football for Dummies and give it to Raheem Morris and tell him to do something about that, man. Man, I'm trying to give a good take on the Canes and got me roasting your old garbage-ass Falcons. But, man, E. Gray, go sit down, dog. Go sit down.
You ain't going to believe what he just said. You ain't going to believe what he just said. I'm going to let you get out of here. You ain't going to believe what he just said.
What did he say? What did he say?
Super Bowl 2022 the Falcons.
On Madden? What he got, Madden or something like that?
That's what he just said.
Only way I mean, listen, let me know so I can watch the live stream because this show ain't gonna be in real life. It's got to be on what, the PS5, Xbox One series.
Oh, video game team. You say
that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, a video game. Bro, Atlanta so bad, if they would go to the Super Bowl on the video game, the game would freeze. Quit the match.
Oh, he mad. Oh, he don't like that. Laugh, Frank.
E. Gray. I love you, E. Gray. You're my dog, bro. Get at me Monday, bro. Monday, I will be watching and I will be calling. I will give you an opportunity to respond, E. Gray. But listen here. I got some extra trash bags in the house. I'm going to reserve one, and I'm in honor of E. Gray, I'm going to rise up, and then I'm going to put Atlanta in the bag. Straight up.
Man, hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the Larry take, man. We loved it, man.
About it, man. Much love, man. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll be chiming in on Monday.
All right, man, Larry. You be safe, man. Enjoy your weekend, brother.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.
It's you talk, baby. It's you talk, baby.
Hey, man, that's my boy, man, Larry Frank Jr., man, with the Larry's you take, man. He always bringing that fire when he get on. Keisha Hibbert, what's up, baby? How you doing, Keisha? What's going on, sweetness? What's going on tonight? Hey, Cuban Kane, what you say? Not even in the Madden game, the Madden game will break down. Hey, George Diaz, what you say, brother? D, come on, bro. I wouldn't be laughing so much, dog. Raiders were 6-3 with the easiest schedule left in the NFL, and you guys have gone 1-4 since really. Oh, George, look here, man. Look here, brother. Look, regardless, I'm having a bad year, George. You are absolutely right. But your Dolphins ain't going. What's up, Alexander Hurts? What's going on? Your Dolphins ain't doing a damn thing neither, man, George. Your Dolphins ain't going nowhere. And I got you, man, what, next week? I got you actually in 2 more. No, I got you next week. George. So you talking all that, man, about your Dolphins. Your Dolphins ain't worth a damn neither. You ain't going to the playoffs, George. You ain't going nowhere neither, George. You got to defend your boy E. Defend him. You and the doggone Falcons, both of y'all, the Dolphins and the Falcons, garbage. Both of y'all. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I know Cuban Kane, man. It was bad last night, Cuban Kane. I don't have a defense. I can't talk, man, but Mariota, man, is my new guy. Mariota should have been in the offense. My offense looked totally different, man, with Mariota underneath the center, man. I'm just saying. What you say, man? Yeah, Danielle, cuz I know you a Dolphin, cuz, man. You right along with them, cuz. We gonna be enemies that week. Jeffrey O'Neal, you too. I see all of y'all. I know all y'all Dolphins fan. I know all of them, man. Dolphin Derek. Shout out to my boy Corey, Liberty City boy down there in Dade County, Miami, Florida, man. Shout out to my boy. What it do? Corey, Liberty City boy. Look here, man. But so, look. I wanted to come on tonight, y'all. I ain't going to stay on too long because guess what, Cuban Kane and George Diaz? Guess who playing tonight, man? Guess what's up, man? Guess who playing tonight, man? Them LA Lakers on, man. So I got to get ready to go see my boys, man. Because, you know, I got the Clippers, man, on Tuesday night, man. I'm going to be opening up during the season, man. So y'all better get ready to see King James, man, Anthony Davis. The Late Show is back, man, and we better than ever. Y'all don't want to talk about that, do you, Cuban Kane and George Diaz? Y'all don't want to talk about that, do you? But like I said, man, wanted to come on tonight. Shout out to my boy E. Gray, man. E. Gray went on, man. He tried to defend his Falcons through text, man. Well, he was talking about somebody else's team. Falcons still trash. Miami Dolphins ain't, hitting on nothing. Shout out to my Oakland Raiders, man. I'm down, man. I can't say much, man. And shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers, man. Cuban Kane. I'm trying to get the repeat, man, this year, Cuban Kane. I need the repeat. So look here, man. I think we're coming on Monday. I'm not for sure yet, man. I may be out of town. I'm not sure yet, man. I'm gonna see what's going on. I'll let you guys know what's what. Definitely gonna try to y'all keep looking and see who we're gonna be in the bowl game against, man. Cause I'm trying to play it to like maybe next Friday, but no, that's Christmas. So we may come back. I may come back after the New Year's. I'll let you guys know. But we'll just keep our eye on see who we're gonna be playing in a bowl game if we play a bowl game. So we'll see, man. But like I said, man, it's always a pleasure, man, to come on, man, to check in. I'm glad everybody's doing good. I'll let you guys know about Monday. But I want everybody to have a great weekend. Enjoy your week, man. Enjoy Christmas. I may just take this week off, man, and come back after New Year's. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Excuse me. I don't think we're gonna have a show on Monday. Excuse me. We'll come back after New Year's, y'all. But everybody, man, y'all stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Christmas. Everybody have a merry, safe Christmas and a happy New Year, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Enjoy yourself, man. And y'all know over here, man, it's always Canes, man. We're going to continue to support our boys. And we're going to play it by ear, man, to see what's going on with the bowl games, man. So love everybody, man. Everybody stay safe. Cuban Kane, get ready to watch them Lakers tonight. So y'all know how we start every show. George Diaz, and you know how we end every show. It ain't no me. Without you, baby. Everybody take care, man. Love y'all, man.
It's
Merry
Utah,
Christmas
baby.
to everybody. Happy New Year's.